Hi friends, welcome to Civil Architecture Tutorials. Today the subject is regarding BBS or bar bending schedule. What is bar bending schedule and what are its advantages, and also upon which IS codes this bar bending schedule is depending upon, or through which IS codes we can do this bar bending schedule. So let us say what is called bar bending schedule. As per the name itself, we can say that it is a schedule which details out the bending of the steel bars. It's a simple definition of that. Previously, even I also fear to hear this BBS or bar bending schedule. You have to prepare the bar bending schedule means then uh, I used to feel tension at that time. Many of the engineers also are like that, because since if they are not that much familiar with this BBS, then it usually happens. So once you know, it will be very easy. Bar bending schedule is a schedule, like I said, it's details of the bar that we have to use in the concrete. And what are the details? It gives the details about the placement of reinforcement bar, placement of steel bar, and also it gives the shape of the steel bar, like how to bend, where to bend, how much bending should be there. And the main important thing is the bar bending schedule is the cutting length of the steel bar. After that only the other things comes. The cutting length should be correct. That is the main important thing. Once you study the cutting length, then the other things can be obtained by using formula. So cutting length is the most crucial important thing in BBS. So once the cutting length is there, we know the length of the steel, the shape of the steel, how to place it, how much will be the spacing between two bars, and how many number of bars we have to give in a particular beam or column or slab, etc. All these things define BBS or bar bending schedule. So everything will come into this bar bending schedule. So once if you want to know how many reinforcements should be there for a concrete structure, that also we can take it from bar bending schedule. As we know, the reinforcement is a very important thing in a particular building, in any building, because that is according to the norms of CPWD. It says that we have to give a weightage of 18 to 20% for steel reinforcement. That means if the building costs 1 crore, out of 1 crore, around 18 to 20 lakhs you need to spend for reinforcement only. So it's very important. So now we will discuss about the people who are getting advantages from BBS or bar bending schedule. First, as we know, when we are preparing the total estimate, or the estimator is preparing the total estimate for a building, he need to refer to the BBS, because from the BBS only he will get how many steel bar are there, or how many number, or what is the length of each steel bar. So it is a very crucial thing for the estimator. Out of this informations he collects, he can make the estimation, and he can make the estimation of the quantity of the steel, how much will be the quantity of the steel, and how much will be the cost of that steel required for that particular building. So it's a very help for the estimator. Then comes the procurement manager for a particular project, or for a particular building or a project. So as you know, the building consists of different stages, that is superstructure, substructure, foundation, basement, okay, then slab, beams, columns, everything needs steel reinforcement. So the procurement manager can buy the steel reinforcement and release the steel reinforcement according to stages. That is, when it is in the substructure stage, if it is the steel reinforcement for the footing, then he can procure that amount of steel requirement from the dealer only at that time, and then he can release that for that work in that particular time period. After that, again he can procure and then release, like that. So in that case, this procurement manager also get this amount from where? BBS. He can calculate the amount of steel that is required for that particular project from BBS. So based upon this amount, he can even negotiate with the suppliers, and he can reduce the amount of steel. So everybody have got a planning of how much material, steel requirement for each stage of the construction. So this is the second person, that is first is the estimator, then comes the procurement manager. So once then the steel, we already buy the steel and it comes to the site, okay, suppose. So once it reaches the site, there is a site engineer there. He will make he will do the curtailment of the bars. That means the cutting length is a very important thing at site. The steel will come only in 12-meter length, which is the normal length of a steel. So as it is, we cannot use it in the site. It depends upon the structural design that is given in drawings to the site engineer. So it depends upon that BBS schedule, permanent schedule in that drawing. He had to find out the cutting length and also the bending length, how much bending should be there, in what angle, and how much length it should be there. Everything he need to prepare it from the BBS. So BBS plays a big role at site also to the site engineer. He also get advantage from the BBS. And then again, the site itself, the quality inspector will be there. He had to assess the quality of the steel that is already at site based upon the tensile strength, the chemical composition, everything. He can assess it from the BBS itself, the quantity, everything. He also had depend upon BBS. And after this comes the building engineer. If the building engineer wants to claim some amount for a particular steel member, he can easily get it from the BBS, because in the BBS it is, everything is shown that this much number of steel and this much bending length, everything, all the details regarding the reinforcement is given in the BBS. So the building engineer can claim according to that BBS. Then even the client himself can compare this the quantity of steel at site with the BBS. So if there is any wastage comes, even the client himself can do a comparison. He can also get how much quantity of the steel from the BBS and also the amount that he paid. So everywhere the BBS is a very crucial role playing, is playing a very crucial role, and it is very important also. So these are the advantages of bar bending schedule. It's very easy to do that. Once you understand how to do the BBS, then anybody can do, any engineer can do this BBS, but you should practice it regularly. That's the only thing we need. And now we will have a look into the IS codes, from which we can derive the bar bending schedule of steels. So before that, I will say that regarding the BBS, how to do it, I will do another video. This video is only an introduction or a definition about what is called BBS and what are the advantages. That's the only thing I am focusing in this video. Now let us have a look into the IS codes, from which the BBS quantities and all the quantity, quality, everything comes from. Okay. The first IS code for BBS is, there are 5 I am introducing here. The first one is IS 2502, and it deals with bar bending, placing and fixing. So how to bend the bar, how much the bend should be there, and where to place it, lapping, everything deals with this IS 2502. The second one is IS 1786. It's regarding the quality of steel, that is how much will be the chemical composition of the steel, how much will be the tensile strength of the steel, and how much is the standard unit weight. Everything deals in this IS code, that is IS 1786. Then comes IS 456, which is very popular among civil engineers, and it deals with the overlapping and derailment length. As we know, the derailment length, how much should be the anchorage length, how much will be the lapping zone, and how much is the length of that zone. All these details are dealt with in this IS 456. And the fourth one is IS 1200 part 8, that deals with the steel bar measurement. As we know, the steel is being measured in weight in all the construction thing, but actually the IS code says that steel should be measured in terms of running meter only. So this is a main important point which most of the engineers face in interview. So this must be a very important thing that you should remember, that steel must be measured in running meter, that is as per IS code 1200 part 8. So please remember that. And the last one is IS SP 34. It's a handbook which is consisting of the details of concrete reinforcement and detailing, like bending, placing, etc. It deals with the concrete reinforcement and detailing. It deals with all the types of bending, how much angle, like I said before, and the placing of the reinforcement in a concrete. Everything deals with this IS code. So these 5 codes, from these 5 codes we can get all the information or materials or information regarding the BBS to do for a reinforcement. Hope you understand the definition of BBS and the advantages of BBS in this video. So till then, I will come with a new video with a new subject. Till then, goodbye. Please subscribe, share and like my channel. Thank you very much.